Hey yo, Anime Game, and today I'm going to be reading the 37th episode of Captain Tsubasa. And I gotta say, David Productions, they got a bit of my fears away when it came to the Tachibana twins. Because when this episode was starting, I really thought the Tachibana twins were going to go down like bitches. But no, they're going to put in some good fight in order to try to take it to Nakatsu, and I like that because seeing tension is always so nice. And I gotta say, I also liked the amount, aside from the first portion of Nakatsu versus the Tachibana twins teams, that was pretty good. I also liked the amount of character development this episode gave to a few people. Like, I like how for Ishizaki you see him develop mentally when he actually decided to hit the goalpost that one of the Tachibana twins tried to jump on so that they couldn't like ricochet in the air and do the trick that they did in the elementary school arc, because that forced them to do a different kind of trick. So I kind of like that. It's showing Ishizaki develop football IQ wise, and it's just showing you how much of a long way he's come in comparison towards when the series started. So that was a pretty nice thing about this episode. Then aside from that, I also enjoyed how this episode had a few moments of tension when it came to Tsubasa's foot, because you have multiple instances where the camera is just looking at his foot. And then I like how it's kind of like putting in fear into, at least me as an audience viewer, like whenever Tsubasa uses his foot that's kind of banged up, and then when it did like close-up motion shot and it shows in like his foot with like bandages, for a second their productions made it seem like he could have been fucking injured, but then when he was alright, I was like, oof, that shit got my heart rate going. And I like that from David Productions. They're keeping you on the edge of your seat if something either extreme is going to happen or if it's going to be normal. It just makes all these episodes feel tense, and I kind of like that handicap. Because even though you have all the answers say that Nakatsu, they're the favorites, they're the overwhelming favorites, while you have like the announcers say that constantly, we the viewers know Nakatsu is probably not even going to be the fucking favorites. With Tsubasa's leg like that, I mean, while they're going to have a good chance of winning the championship again, I don't think they should be the favorites at all, not with Tsubasa's leg like that. So I kind of like that too. At least it puts some doubt into, at least me as a viewer, if Nakatsu is going to actually win it all. And then also like how this episode sets up a bit of development for Toho Academy too, because you're going to have Sawada and Waka Shimazu. They're going to have to carry the team because Higa is still not playing. And they even mentioned that they're going to try to get all the way into the finals. And if in the finals, they're not, if Hyuga still can't play due to the coach saying no, then they're going to boycott the match. I kind of like that shit right there. Because for one, if you have Toho Academy make it all the way to the finals without Hyuga, it's going to make Toho Academy a much more beastly team if they do face Nakatsu in the finale. Because at that point, from a narrative standpoint, it could make Toho Academy the favorites to win the tournament. Because a team that makes it all the way into the finals without their ace, and then they play against Nakatsu, and then they add their fucking ace, I'd say that from a narrative standpoint would make it so that it would make, at the very least, Toho Academy feel like it has a shot, in addition to having Sawada there, and in addition to the handicap of Tsubasa's leg being banged up, and it could possibly worsen. So I like all these elements from a narrative standpoint. It's gonna at least keep me as a viewer much more motivated to watch episodes if I wasn't already motivated enough. And then these are all the reasons why, from a story and character standpoint, this episode did a fine damn job. And then I did other things pretty well. From an art standpoint, it was like phenomenal in my opinion. Like, there were really many instances where I was like, man, I could use this as a thumbnail. I could use that as a thumbnail in the live reaction video. Like, I was really saying that. Hell, let me show y'all here. I'm going to be using this as a thumbnail for the live reaction. I mean, shit. And there's multiple shots like that where the art just fucking pops. Hell, like even the scene where the Tachibana twins are doing their Skylab Hurricane is fucking thumbnail worthy. Even the end scene is thumbnail worthy. That's how good the art was just popping this episode. So that was nice. And I gotta give credit to the David Productions animation team for making this episode so alive. And then having the episode end off with the Tachibana twins doing like their goal with the Skylab Hurricane when they had one of them on the ground with his feet and then the other one jumped on the feet so that they can get elevation to score the goal with the headbutt. That shit was fucking epic. Like, damn, son. And that scene wouldn't have been epic if David Productions wasn't on their A game to make that scene look so great. And that's why I'm going to rate this episode an 8.5 out of 10. It's just the whole entire episode was entertaining. The voice cast did their job. The soundtrack was fucking good. And you really can't ask for more from these type of episodes. It was just so well composed. So anyways, guys, again, these are my thoughts on the episode. Comment out your thoughts on the episode below in the comment section. You know, what you thought about it. Rate the video. Subscribe if you want to see more reviews and reactions. And I'll see you guys later. Subscribe for more. Bye-bye.